Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Buttermink, the coach of your Fort Wayne Flare Blitz, and we're doing our Week 7 KPL post-game interview with the coach of the Amy's Agrons. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Amy's? Amy's?
Amy's. Amy's.
Hey everybody, it's AW here. Coach of the Ames Agrons.
Amy's, tomatoes, tomatoes. It's all the same.
Put some respect on that team name.
Alright, so I guess we should go over by starting talking about which sets we ran. So,
Sure.
I'm gonna go over my team first. I had Volcarona with Flyinium Z, with 196 speed, modest nature. I forget. I think I was outspeeding Altaria, Mega Altaria, with that speed. With 252 special attack, 60 HP.
You
Even
wouldn't
though I
outspeed Lando.
wouldn't outspeed Lando, I don't think I wanted to outspeed Lando. I don't think I wanted to stay in on Lando.
That's fair.
Um,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Vaporeon, which was max defense bold with 252 HP for special defense. Water Absorb obviously has a fucking Araquanid. What else am I running? With Scald, Wish, Protect, and Toxic. That set will come back to bite me in the ass. We have the
Goat set.
Mega Latios, with 252 special attack, also modest with 216 speed. I think this outspeeds the Lando T. With
Yeah,
Roost, Calm Mind, Ice Beam, and Psychic. He had no Dark type on his team, so although Stored Power is also a move that I forgot existed. Keldeo, the choice specs. This was one of my potential leads if I didn't see Araquanid or Aquafina, but with 252 special attack, 252 timid speed, and 4 HP. I think you had a 108 speed mon that I needed to tie with, so that's why I ran that.
I had 107
With
Blacephalon.
Blacephalon. Yeah, so I had to outspeed that. With Hydro Pump,
Yeah.
Icy Wind, Secret
hmm
Power, and HP Electric. Golbat with the Eviolite. This was max special defense because I totally predicted special Altaria 100% of the time. Because I also had a Escavalier, and that gets blown back by Fire Blast. Uh, with Defog, Toxic Whirlwind, and Roost, Seda actually recommended this one to me because
Brent.
he saw that AW's only taunt options are Blacephalon, which are you fucking kidding me? And I think one of
At
your low tier mons. And then I had
least once.
Choice Scarf Sneasel. Uh, what did I want to outspeed? I don't even remember. I think it was just in case you
Probably,
ran Scarf Lando. In case you ran Scarf Lando. So
I
I
don't think that outspeeds Scarf Blacephalon. Pretty sure it doesn't.
176 Adamant. No, no, not if I'm running Adamant. I would have to be
Uh,
Jolly. So yeah, I definitely
yeah.
didn't want to outspeed Scarf Blacephalon. So I think it was Scarf Lando with
hmm
Inner Focus with Adamant Nature. We're carrying Knockoff, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, and Low Kick. Pretty standard Sneasel set. Now that you've seen my sets, let's go over to AW and he'll explain his.
Yeah, I'll run through them real quick. I have like the full explanation on my video. He'll link it. If he doesn't,
True,
I'm never
I
talking
will
to him
link
again.
it.
Okay. So we had Altaria, Mega Altaria, Dragon Dance, Roost, Fire Blast, Facade. I didn't run special because Fire Blast with no special attacks still 2-hit KOs Escavalier unless he's Max Spadef AV, which is an unset.
I mean, I
And if
consider
Facade's
it.
there, you like to run unsets.
You're not wrong.
Um, Facade's there, so I can set up on things like the Vaporeon, and there was something else, but I forgot what it was.
I
Landorus
mean,
is Dual Dance, Fly Earthquake, Fly EMZ. Don't need to run any speed because of your speed tiers,
absolutely
and just max
atrocious.
attack. Yeah, I only ran enough speed on Altaria to outspeed your Sneasel at +1, I think it is. But obviously it wouldn't have since you were scarfed. We've
Yeah,
got Araquanid, Dual Stab, Toxic Sticky Web. Since your team was so fast, I liked Sticky Webs, so I didn't necessarily have to get speed with Altaria or Orlando.
yeah.
And then just the other three moves are just there because that's what you run.
hmm
Grain Spadef for things like the Keldeo, the Volcarona, Latios. You had like 4 billion special attackers, so There's
Facts.
something else I'm forgetting. Primarina, same sort of thing. AV
Zebstrika.
max HP. Yeah, well, these aren't really Zebstrika counters, but
No, that would
they
be
can be, I
Pilot
guess.
Swine and Lando.
Yeah. Primarina was AV, max special attack, max HP, Hydro Pump, Moonblast, Energy Ball, Ice Beam, just hits all your team. Can take Keldeo hits forever. Take Volcarona hits for the most part and let you get way out of control with your Quiver Dances. Piloswine was just like the standard Piloswine set. Enough speed to outspeed Jolly Escavalier. And then Tauros was there as a wall breaker with Life Orb, Sheer Force, Body Slam, Fire Blast, Rock Slide, and Earthquake. Fire Blast, even with 4 special attack, still 2 hit KOs in Escavalier off of like base 45, 55 special attack. So yeah, that's the team.
Escavalier has no special defense at all.
Oh, it does not. And I like that.
It's a good physical wall, if only it got recover like a Sogor, which doesn't use it.
Zolgor gets recover?
Yes, a Sogor gets recover, even though it's a special breaker and cannot use recover for the life of itself. And yet a Escavalier, the
All
defensive wall, doesn't get recover, even though it would use it all the time. Funny how that works. Alright, so I guess we should discuss the results of the match. So, spoiler alert if you haven't seen AW's video. He 6-0'd me. Quite painful.
That Altaria set worked
Wonders. Because I completely forgot Facade was a move. Like, I didn't remember Facade existed, because I've only ever ran Frustration/Return on Mega Altaria, if I ran Physical. So I completely forgot that Facade was even a move that existed. So I kept trying to Scald Burn him, because I'm like, if I can get this burned, it becomes more useless to him. But then he pulls out Facade and he OHKOs my Golbat.
Your whole team.
Yeah, no. You OHKO'd Mega Latios, you OHKO'd Sneasel, you OHKO'd Keldeo, I'm pretty sure it got all 6 kills that match.
Tauros killed Keldeo.
Oh, Tauros, yeah, because I didn't have a switch in for Body Slam. Not even in the slightest.
As Hobie pointed out, you have the only team in the world weak to Tauros. So we brought it off the bench for once.
The only team. That's true. My only Tauros switch in is Mimikyu, and that doesn't take a Rock Slide or an Earthquake at all.
You don't switch Mimikyu on anything.
No, Mimikyu.
You don't want to keep the disguise intact. Unless, like, there's no reason I wouldn't go for anything else. If you know it's choice locked or something.
Yeah, which I didn't, and you weren't even. Yeah, Mimikyu didn't even really have that good of a matchup besides against Mega Altaria. So I wasn't really considering bringing it. Like,
my team was kind of weak to Mimikyu. Now that I'm looking at the 6 I brought, at least.
I mean, you got a lot of physical attackers, which Mimikyu doesn't really appreciate. Like, it's got 105 base special defense, so it's decent there, but like, it has 65 defense with 55 HP. So it's not really...
Yeah, not good.
It's not really going to take physical hits at all.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be the theme of this team entirely. Actually, Volcarona was a late addition recommended to me by Jar, because, you know, if it got a couple Quiver Dances up and the Altaria was down, it could actually put in some heavy work against your team. But, like, Araquanid hard-walled it, so I figured I'd tech on Z Hurricane, because at +1, I believe that'll code no matter what your set was.
That was a good bring. The Z-Fly was not something we were expecting in my front office. Thankfully, it didn't happen during the game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we
both
slipped our minds. I would have definitely gotten rid of the Araquanid. Maybe gotten rid of the Primarina, too. And close, probably.
Yeah, that Primarina set's it's really good, except I didn't even see the Energy Ball coming. I forgot Primarina got Energy Ball. So when you first released it on Vaporeon, I'm like, shit on a brick, what do I have for this now? Like, because I was expecting...
When I sent it in, I thought you would predict the Energy Ball and go Golbat, which is why I think I Moonblasted, in case you stayed in.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And it dropped my special attack,
Excuse me.
which didn't matter. I didn't have any
No.
investment in that at all. Uh, then yeah, Energy Ball took me by complete surprise. That's when I switched into Golbat, and you figured out I was special defense, max special
Yeah,
defense, in
that
fact, because it did
that made my life a little bit easier.
a clean 0 to Golbat. Like that Energy
You
Ball
would have to
did
be.
nothing.
I think it did 4.
Yeah.
Actually 4. It looks like you would need +3 Volcarona Supersonic Sky Strike to kill my Primarina from full.
Yeah, it
So
definitely. That's why I had Giga Drain as well because of the Primarina, and the Piloswine as well. Even though Fire
mhm.
Blast also thinks Piloswine pretty hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pebble Line's not that bulky, especially.
no, no, it's more of a physical wall. Although you did put a bit of special defense into it, but I don't think it would have been enough to
First
stop
Bidef
this
isn't
thing.
enough.
Yeah, no, it might let you survive a weak attack, but it's a Volcarona. I don't think it knows the definition of a weak attack.
And if you're at neutral, I lived Fire Blast. I got
Easily,
2
yeah.
KO, but I lived Fire Blast. Yeah.
Yeah, and Earthquake probably does a chunk because Volcarona's physical defense is absolute horseshit. It's like
Yeah, it does
50.
70 to 80.
Yeah, it has like 50 special defense. It's pitifully disgusting
Mhm.
on the field. That seems to be the theme of this team. Like, I have a Mimikyu, I have a Volcarona. Like, they don't appreciate physical hits at all. And I think that's obvious with the amount of physical attackers you brought on your team.
Yeah, that's why I brought DD Mega Altari instead of the special attacking one you thought I'd bring.
Yeah, which is why I
Special attacking was discussed, but we were thinking like maybe Cotton Guard, special attacker or something like that.
yeah, that's what I
Maybe
expected,
agility.
honestly. Because it could cream a Scavalier and just, ah, I would have nothing for that. Besides, I even considered Specs Vaporeon at one point because I was so afraid of Cotton Guard Mega Altaria. I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
In fact, I think I can still
I
find.
mean, thankfully you brought the Vaporeon you brought.
Yeah, I think I can
Else,
actually.
like, it might have been a closer game.
I think I can actually pull up my. Yeah, no, it's right here. I was originally bringing because I had no Blacephalon switched on this team either. Thick fat Miltank with leftovers, with a careful nature, which is max special defense, with
Yep.
curse, milk drink, ice punch, and earthquake.
Okay.
That was literally a set I was planning. Um, this Vaporeon set was Toxic Wish Scald Ice Beam with a modest 248 special attack spread instead. So I
That
was
might have hurt.
planning on bringing a more specially offensive Vaporeon because it has like 115 special attack, so it's fairly good at
110.
special
Yeah.
attack. Then I was planning to bring a Defog Stealth Rock U-Turn Roost, near max defense Impish Gliscor. That would have got creamed by
Good Lando
using
check.
good Lando check, but nothing else.
Lando. This is
Um,
true.
Latios Mega, which that set didn't actually change. It's the same one you see now. Remember how I told you I was pissed terrified of Raikou? Because I didn't have
Yep.
any switch-ins for it? Assault Vest Shaman with a timid 184 speed, 252 special attack, Hidden Power Ice, Seed Flare, Psychic, and Earth Power.
Okay.
That was a set I was planning to bring originally before you see the final team that came before you. And then I actually had a choice band Sneasel that I apparently didn't care about outspeeding Lando on that one either, with Adamant 252, Icicle Crash knockoff, Poison Jab, and Low Kick. So I didn't even have Ice Shard. So I don't know what I was expecting this thing to do to Lando, in hindsight.
It would outspeed a non-scarf. It outspeeds non-scarf Lando.
It does. Oh yeah, it doesn't outspeed a Scarf Blacephalon, that's right. I don't even think it outspeeds Blacephalon.
Oh, it
No.
wouldn't. At
No,
Adamant.
I'd have to be Jolly. So yeah, that was actually the original team I was planning to bring before I brought, the six mons that you saw at team preview.
Hmm.
So and then Jar and Josh kind of talked to me. We talked it out, and we ended up, settling on these six instead, right here, which didn't turn out to be any better for me at all.
I you played the early game really well. You played it really well. You spread and toxic. All my bulkier stuff was starting to get chipped down.
Hmm.
Pre-marina, Araquanid, pilot flying.
Yeah,
But once I started to get my offensive mons in, the Tauros, and then of course the Altaria, that's kind of when it turned.
yeah.
Basically, once you revealed your whole Vaporeon set, the game was over.
That's
Unless you
basically. I
unless you
listened
started making play.
unless I started making like go into Sneasel on your first Dragon Dance. That
Yeah, you have to make some ballsy reads,
yeah, that would
or
have
like go
been
Golbat and roll me out something.
yeah. I remember specifically watching your video. I know I've teased this a few times, but like you were specifically talking about, I gotta figure out this Vaporeon set because the second I do, I know what's safe to bring in on it.
Well, once I saw Toxic, I was wondering if you were going to have Roar, since I figured you had Wish, Protect, Scald.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I knew you have Scald and Wish, and then it was either you had to have two of Toxic, Protect, and Roar, maybe Heal Bell.
or
Um,
Haze.
yeah, I usually
Haze
run Roar for
actually.
subs. I don't think Buttermink
Haze
gets
goes through
Haze.
subs as
Does it?
well. Haze goes through subs as
Yeah,
well.
but Roar just gets rid of the sub altogether, as Haze are
True.
still behind a sub.
True. Although looking at your team now, Hayes would have actually done quite a number on both of your setup sweepers at the end, especially since I
Yeah,
was
I
max defense. That would
put
have been
up
a
on you
good
with
bring.
Landorus unless I absolutely had to, but
Yeah.
yeah, if you had a phasing move, this game would be much different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that's how it goes. You live and learn,
Mm-hmm.
and learning can sometimes come in the form of a 6-0 ass kicking. Oof. That was honestly like that was a completely demoralizing loss. Like at the end of that, I was just crushed because like that hurt. Like just watching everything drop to make Altaria, just one after the other, bam, 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 was just painful.
It was fun from this side, I guess.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
I didn't want to demoralize you. I just wanted to win. You
yeah.
know,
Well,
I need
that's
the
how you
differential points.
that's how you play the game. I mean, I'm not faulting you for how you played. You played really well around my stuff. It's just oof. Like there was I know I'm like 1-6 now, but there was something about that loss in particular that made it such a heartbreaker. Like I can't even
I mean,
pinpoint it, but it's just
it
something
was your worst
about
loss of
that.
the season, wasn't it?
Oh, by far. I think my second worst loss was like the 3-0 from Sky, or maybe I got a 4 somewhere. But my second worst loss was definitely the 3-0 to Sky, where I couldn't fucking break his Zapdos. That, oh my goodness. I was ambivalent towards Zapdos before the start of this season. It is officially on my hate list. It has joined the ranks of Lando T as far as
Come on,
Mons that I freaking cannot stand.
I might take both of them next year
Oh, fuck
just to piss you
you.
off.
Oh my
Nah, that's not good
god.
synergy. Um,
Oh,
but I mean, you also are officially can't get a winning record. That could be part
yeah.
of it.
That as well, because,
And
like,
like forgetting that Altaria got facade, definitely. Because like in the chat, like once you finally got the burn, you're complaining about like RNG or something, and I'm just sitting here laughing. I'm like, I want you to burn me. That's why I came in on this. I want to burn so
yeah,
I can set up. Like I tried to get to +1 with the burn. I guess +2 since you had a Scarf Sneasel, but at the time I thought +1 with the burn, game over, and
mhm,
it took me 3 Dragon Dances to get there and a Roost, but
yeah.
yeah, you were complaining about it. I'm just sitting here laughing. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, because it didn't occur to me after I clicked Scald the first time and you stayed in that Facade could be a thing that you had. Like, that
Mm-hmm.
didn't occur to me at all when I was
Don't
battling. I
blame
was
me.
like, Okay, does he really want to bet on a 30% chance never happening? Like, he knows math. That's not a smart bet to take. But, like, it never clicked in me. Facade is a move that he can have on this Mega Altaria.
The funny thing is, I wasn't going to bring it originally. I was just going to bring frustration.
Which would have made this
Up
match a
until like
completely different ball game.
5 minutes before we started playing, I switched it to Facade since I was talking to the front office, and we were concerned about switching into Vaporeon.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing out Scald burns everywhere. But I didn't want to bring Facade since I brought it last week.
Yeah.
So if you would have watched my video last week, you would have known.
I
But I didn't want to run the same thing twice in a row.
probably did watch your video. I just didn't remember it.
That's fair.
Like, cause
I couldn't tell you what I ran aside from Facade Altaria last week.
and that's just because it did so well this week for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a game.
Mm-hmm.
Also during the entire match, I'm like trying to make sure my parents think that I'm doing chores while at the same time playing against you. Because like I have my computer sitting on my chair and well, not my chair, but a chair in the living room, and I'm vacuuming and then seeing what you move. Did a few calcs, not very many because there wasn't many offensive. I don't think I clicked any offensive move besides like Ice Shard on Sneasel, Icy Wind on Keldeo, and Scald on Vaporeon. Like everything else was toxic, wish, protect. Like I barely did anything offensive that entire game.
Yeah, I had the pressure on most of the game with the webs early making. I guess Skullbutt didn't have an attacking move, but
No.
that was the hope with the webs is to get pressure because I needed to get the Golbat out because I thought you'd bring Fizdev.
Uh-huh.
And that was the one thing stopping DD Altaria on your team.
Yeah.
So that's why I led Araquanid, got the webs up with because I'm like, there's no way the Volcarona or the Latios is defog when you have Golbat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I even predicted. Wait, what did I lead even? I forget. Oh yeah, I led Vaporeon because I predicted the Araquanid lead.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's how I got the first Toxic off. Because
Yeah.
like Liquidation is doing fuck all to Vaporeon, mostly because it has an ability that prevents it from doing fuck all.
Yeah, but I don't know. Araquanid matched up pretty well against everything on your team, aside from like lead. Golbat, I think I was afraid of, just in case you click Brave Bird.
Yeah.
This Golbat and Sneasel were the two I didn't want to lead against.
Mm-hmm.
But Piloswine Switch isn't
Sneasel?
easy at both of those, so didn't want to take a knockoff. I don't know how much it would have done. Like if you were banded Sneasel, it would have done quite a bit because that was
You had no defense
special
investment
defense.
at all. I can actually calc that right now using your set.
Knockoff did 60 to 71 if you were banded.
If I was banded.
Like I could kill with liquidation, but I didn't want to take unnecessary chip when you had Volcarona and Latios and Keldeo that I needed to switch in on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Although Piloswine doesn't really appreciate a knockoff either, because that just it makes it a lot less bulky.
Yeah, but it still can live it and threaten you out.
True, definitely. Especially since I'm locked into knockoff.
Exactly. It does less than half too.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense because
And
Piloswine's a bulky boy.
you had what? Goldmon on your team?
I had
so
what?
Like Piloswine wasn't. You had one physical attacker on your team.
On the team that I brought?
To Sneasel.
Yeah.
So like
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So like Sneasel or Piloswine just wasn't important in the match. It was just easy to sack off if need be.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean Golbat could have been physical if I had bought it, but we went with Whirlwind over Brave Bird, I believe, and still didn't end up mattering because I got it into the Altaria too late. Like the second you D-danced once, I realistically should have gone into Golbat and clicked Whirlwind. I don't know if you killed
I mean I think if I would have attacked, you probably would have died. You were pretty low.
I was at 42% if I remember the replay.
Like you were spit def, I think a +1 frustration definitely would have killed.
There's a +1 facade though. Because that's like,
Yeah, but you didn't know I had Facade.
true, true. Not at that moment. Not until you revealed it against the poor Golbat
Really,
that
no,
came
it wouldn't
in.
have. Frustration wouldn't have killed. Facade definitely wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should have gone Golbat. But
Mm-hmm.
hindsight's 2020.
Yeah. I'm learning that this weekend, that's for sure. uh,
Amen.
yeah.
All right.
Well,
Anything else? I gotta get going here soon.
no, I think that's pretty much, we've talked about everything that happened during the match. Oh, I guess I should ask you, what stopped you from bringing Raikou? Besides the fact that you
Stop me.
absolutely hate it. Because, like, my team is
Like every time I
super
bring it,
weak to
it's
it.
a very reluctant bring. Let me look at your team real quick.
I have my only
I'm
immunity.
pulling up.
I have two immunities,
Discord and
Glycosaur
Zebstrika that are immune.
and Zebstrika, and neither of them had a good matchup here.
I mean, Megaladios doesn't take a whole lot, even from a Shadow Ball.
Really?
I don't think so. If you chose to rent bulky, I mean, it had a decent matchup, but like the 6 I brought had such good matchups.
That is true.
I felt pretty comfortable bringing it, and I'll find any excuse not to bring Raikou. So
That's fair. I mean, you did just drop it after this week.
I mean, yeah, it did have a pretty good matchup with like 4 attack. I don't know. I probably run like Specs or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Scarf, since if I was to run an Aura Sphere, I'd have to run Rash Nature.
Which isn't really that good against my team.
Yeah, it lets Latios outspeed me. I can't tie with Sneasel, or I guess Zebstrika naturally outspeeds me.
Yeah, and
I could outspeed the Shaman. Keldeo would outspeed me too.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
If I ran Rash.
So I guess that makes sense. But I was, like I said, I considered bringing AV Shaman because I was terrified of Raikou coming. I guess I should have been
Sometimes
more
it's
scared.
best to not bring the threats.
True, because then your opponent will prep for them, and then they've got nothing for what you actually bought.
Exactly.
Which is, again,
like KHD in my Mammothline season 1.
True. Which is actually what happened in another match that I did this weekend, where I brought, a move on Amon that beat Amon that I expected to bring that he didn't bring, and it ended up actually costing me the game late game. Yeah. You're not wrong.
Prediction can be a bitch.
That's what makes the draft league so intense, so fun, yet also so heartbreaking. Like, you predict something, it makes a lot of sense to come, and then it just doesn't, and you end up getting fucked by whatever did come. Like,
that's the risk you run. So why you gotta try and build the best 6 to beat everything.
Mm-hmm. Even in, like, if you prep the wrong way, your team could get crushed by a Chimecho. That's the beauty of Draft League.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, this has been AW, folks. Thanks for having you on my channel. Thanks for the interview. I enjoyed it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like doing these things, so.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun to talk to your opponents after the game, see what was going through their mind.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Let you learn about other people, how they prep and play.
Mm-hmm, indeed. You find I'm pretty basic left when it comes to prep, at least in the moment. I do get a lot of help, though, and I'm grateful for it when I do get it.
Everyone needs help prepping. It's hard to do on your own. It's hard to see everything.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. All right, so AW's channel will probably be in the description. I'll also link to his video down below if you guys want to check that out as well. I recommend it. He's a pretty good content creator. And I guess we're going to sign off now. So thank you all for watching this post-game interview for KPL Week 7.